Every human was required to undergo full-body cosmetic surgery as soon as they turned 16. After the surgery, every difference between people disappeared, and everyone began to look equally beautiful. 15-year-old Amy started every morning by adjusting her face through the system. She was carefully looking at herself in the mirror when a message from her boyfriend appeared. He had asked her to meet him at their old spot. Amy immediately climbed out of the window and headed toward the rooftop. That was their secret hideout. Both of them put on special glasses and looked at the shining city in the distance. Only those people whose cosmetic surgeries had been completed were allowed to enter that city. Looking at their perfect smiles, it felt as if beautiful people no longer had any problems left in life. Amy remembered that her boyfriend's surgery was scheduled for the next day. A slight feeling of jealousy rose inside her, but her boyfriend smiled and said, "No matter how handsome I become, I will always come back to you." For him, love mattered more than beauty. Both of them opened their palms. They had identical marks on them, a symbol of their love. They promised each other that they would never remove those marks. At the cosmetic surgery conference, Dr. White, the inventor of this entire procedure, was explaining its benefits to the people. According to him, the surgery could free humanity from hatred and discrimination caused by appearance and make people's lives easier. Amid loud applause, all the people who were scheduled for surgery the next day entered the operation rooms. The entire process lasted for a whole month. During that time, Amy spent her days feeling lonely and bored. Before the invention of cosmetic surgery, humans had used fossil fuels so excessively that Earth had almost been destroyed. Every living thing had become polluted, and humanity stood on the edge of extinction. That was when Dr. White developed a special plant. The plant not only produced oxygen but also supplied energy to the entire city. It was this invention that saved humanity. Amy had to go through daily body scans so her future beauty could be determined. But something strange happened. Ever since her boyfriend entered the operation room, there had been no news about him. No matter how many messages Amy sent, there was never any reply. Now she began to fear that something terrible might have happened to him. Finally, on the decided day, Amy used the help of a hacker ring to disable the security system on her window and escaped from the hostel. She headed straight toward the bridge that led to the district of the rich. But when she arrived there, she could not find her boyfriend anywhere. At that same moment, a magnificent masquerade party was taking place in the rich district. Suddenly, a mask fell directly into Amy's hands. Soon as Tally put on the mask, she suddenly looked very pretty. Using the mask, she entered the city without anyone recognizing her. She immediately went to meet her friend and became very happy to see him again. But while talking to him, she realized that he had completely changed. The way he used to behave with her before was now entirely different. At that moment, the city guards scanned Tally and discovered that an unidentified person had entered the city. Tally quickly ran away and reached another place where she found a highly advanced technological jacket. She put it on and jumped directly from the top of a huge building. Thanks to the jacket, she survived the fall and escaped, eventually hiding beneath a bridge. A ship arrived there and noticed her. Before the guards could catch her, a girl appeared and distracted them, helping Tally escape. This girl's name was Shay. Tally thanked her for saving her life, and the two quickly became friends. Tally told Shay about her friend and explained that he used to be her best friend, but after transforming he became like a completely different person. The next morning, Shay taught Tally how to hoverboard, but Tally struggled a lot while learning. Later, Shay introduced her to her friends and also gave her a book to read. After reading the book, Tally learned that there was another world outside their city. However, she found it impossible to believe. Shay explained that beyond this world there was a place called Smoke. She also told Tally about a man named David who could take them there, where they could live freely and happily. But Tally refused to believe her because she thought no other world existed outside their own. Soon after, Shay took Tally outside the city, and both of them removed their rings so the city authorities could not track them anymore. Shay showed her the ruined remains of the outside world, where houses were completely destroyed and abandoned, making the place unfit for living. There, Shay told Tally that if she wanted, she could come with them and live freely in Smoke. Shay explained that the world there was beautiful, full of freedom, and free from discrimination. No matter how a person looked, everyone was accepted equally. Shay said she was going to live there with David and become part of Smoke, and it would make her very happy if Tally joined them someday. She gave Tally an address card and told her that if she ever changed her mind, she could find her there in Smoke. Even after hearing all this, Tally did not want Shay to leave because Tally still dreamed of becoming pretty and living inside the city. Meanwhile, Shay wanted to live a free life, so she finally left. The day finally arrived when Tally herself was supposed to undergo transformation. One by one, all the teenagers went inside for their procedures, but Tally's turn never came because she was suddenly stopped. The woman in charge called Tally to her office and told her that Shay had disappeared. She said she believed Tally knew where Shay had gone. Tally tried to lie, but a machine immediately detected her lie. The woman warned Tally that until she revealed Shay's location, she would never be allowed to transform. After this, Tally was sent back to the same place where she used to live before. The next day, her transformed friend came to meet her and said that he believed the two of them could finally live together in the city. But according to him, that would only happen if Tally told the authorities where Shay was hiding. He told her that she simply needed to obey the woman in charge, and then she would finally be allowed to live in the city with all of them. After hearing all this, Tally finally agrees and becomes ready to tell the truth to the in-charge. The in-charge personally tells Tally that there is a man outside named David who has brainwashed Shay and is trying to gather information about their city through her. She claims that David is a dangerous man who has already created weapons capable of destroying their world. She tells Tally that she wants her to join their side, reach David, and save their world. Before sending her away, the in-charge gives Tally a locket and says that it will help her. Tally follows the address Shay had given her and eventually reaches a place where she sees train tracks. Following the tracks, she arrives at a huge field full of flowers. Tally becomes tired and rests there, eventually falling asleep in the field. But when she wakes up, she discovers that the flower field has caught fire. At that moment, David arrives and pulls her out of the flames, saving her life. David checks Tally's belongings and finds a tracker hidden among them. He immediately throws it far away. Using that tracker, the in-charge discovers Tally's exact location and quickly sends her people there. David takes Tally to his friends, where she reunites with Shay. Tally becomes extremely happy to see Shay again because she had come there to save her. Tally had actually come on the in-charge's orders, but she hides this truth from Shay. Shay asks her who gave her the locket, and Tally lies by saying that one of her friends gave it to her. The next day, Tally and the group go back to the same flower field because they are planning to burn all the flowers again. Tally cannot understand why they are destroying the flowers when they work as a power source. David explains that the in-charge lied to her because those flowers are actually making the land barren, and that is why they are trying to destroy them forever. While David's team is burning the flowers, the in-charge forces suddenly arrive there. During the chaos, Shay falls down from a helicopter. Without caring about her own life, Tally jumps from the helicopter and saves Shay. One of the soldiers from the in-charge team almost captures them, but they manage to return back into the helicopter just in time. After this incident, everyone believes that all of this happened because of Tally. But when they realize that Tally risked her own life to save Shay, they slowly begin trusting her. The group finally accepts Tally as one of their own and takes her to Smoke. When Tally arrives there, she notices that everyone in Smoke lives freely and is their own master. People simply work for food and survive peacefully without any discrimination. Many days pass, and Tally becomes very happy living there and enjoying her new life. One day, Shay asks Tally whether she truly wants to stay there or if she still wants to return to the city. Hearing this, Tally gives no answer because she herself is confused. She still does not fully understand who is telling the truth and who is lying. The in-charge had told Tally that David was an extremely dangerous person with deadly weapons. But after coming to Smoke, Tally realizes that none of those things are true. David wants Tally to believe him, so he takes her to meet his parents who know everything about the city. David's father tells Tally shocking truths about the transformation process. He explains that many people have died during transformations. Even those who survive are mentally changed forever. Their emotions and feelings disappear completely, and their happiness becomes nothing more than an illusion. He says that once he realized the in-charge was doing something wrong, he escaped from the city with his family and came to Smoke. He also reveals that he has been working in his laboratory on a serum that can cure transformed people and return them to normal. David's father further explains that the in-charge possesses a nano serum inside her laboratory. If they can get their hands on it, he can finally complete the medicine and begin experimenting with it. After hearing all of this, Tally finally believes David and his family. She throws the locket given by the in-charge into the fire and burns it. Tally decides that she wants to stay there with David and his family forever. But the moment the locket burns into ashes, the in-charge receives a signal. The locket was actually a hidden device that alerted her once it was destroyed. As soon as she gets the signal, she arrives at Smoke with her soldiers. The in-charge asks David's father where David is hiding, but he refuses to tell her anything. Because of his refusal, Tally's transformed friend suddenly kills David's father right in front of everyone. Seeing this, Tally becomes furious and confronts the in-charge, reminding her that she had promised nobody would be harmed. At that moment, all of David's people realized that Tally had secretly been working with the in-charge the entire time, and that she was the reason the enemy managed to find Smoke. The in-charge captures everyone in the village and prepares to take them away. During the chaos, Tally creates a massive explosion, giving David the chance to escape. However, all of David's people are captured and taken away by the in-charge forces. When Tally finally reaches David, he is extremely angry at her. Tally explains that everything happened unintentionally and tells him that she never wanted any of this. She says that she had truly decided to stay in Smoke and that she is still on his side. She promises to help rescue all his people. After this, Tally and David secretly enter the city together. Since Tally had already been there before, she knows the city very well. Once inside, the two of them free all the captured people and help them escape. But when Tally sees Shay, she realizes that Shay has already been transformed. Shay has completely changed and now feels extremely happy in her beautiful new appearance. At that exact moment, the in-charge arrives and captures all three of them, placing them inside the transformation machine. Just as the machine starts operating, David's friend suddenly arrives in a helicopter and sets the laboratory on fire. Because of the fire, the machine crashes and stops working, saving all of their lives. During the chaos, David's mother secretly steals the nano serum. As everyone escapes outside, Tally's transformed friend blocks their path. David begins fighting him, but the transformed boy brutally overpowers David. To save David, Tally steps between them and pushes her friend away. As a result, he falls into a deep pit and dies. After finally getting the opportunity to escape, everyone leaves the city and travels far away. Once they reach safety, David's mother reveals that they still have hope because she now possesses both serums and can use them to create the cure. But there is still one problem left because they need someone to test the medicine on. Tally suggests that they should experiment on Shay. However, Shay refuses because she has already become pretty and wants to stay that way forever. Tally then says that she will help complete the experiment herself. She explains that after becoming pretty, she will use the medicine on herself, and if she successfully returns back to normal, then they will be able to cure everyone else too. Sometime later, the in-charge arrives once again and captures Tally. She forces Tally to undergo the transformation process, finally turning her into a pretty. Tally had now become beautiful, but she was completely prepared to test the serum on herself so that everyone else could one day regain their true minds and emotions. With this, the movie comes to an end.